it's actually at the stage where it is problematic if you are involved anything in the WNBA to not hate Caitlin Clark. They were like, in the NBA...
One heartbeat, the Indiana Fever were joking around, practicing like a family stitched together by trust. The very next heartbeat, everything detonated. A shockwave tore through the franchise, Caitlin Clark suspended. And before anyone in the WNBA could even inhale, 2 more names dropped like broken glass on a cold floor. Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hull. Both stepping out, abandoning the Fever, abandoning the league itself. The trio was finished, united in their exit. And the real reason behind it? No one saw it coming. Before we unravel this unbelievable chain reaction, hit like, subscribe, and brace yourself. Because this is the most emotional meltdown in Fever history. It all began on a still, forgettable morning in Indianapolis. One email, just one. Caitlin Clark suspended for a single game. No explanation, no clues, no heads up. Coaches stared in disbelief. Players stood frozen. Fans fell speechless. And Sophie Cunningham? She didn't hesitate. She slammed her locker, leaned forward, and muttered, "If she's out, so am I." Lexi heard her, and without missing a breath, she made the same vow.
This is what happens when you're next to Caitlin Clark. You get access to things that you normally wouldn't get access to. And I think that's obvious for everybody to see. When you're next to Caitlin Clark, it's gonna, instead of people looking at it like she's dimming everybody else, like she's turning up the lights on everybody else and making everybody else shine brighter. Sophie Cunningham is a prime example. What nobody really, like, people say, oh, she's a beautiful blonde, blah, blah, blah. She looked the same way last year. Wasn't nobody really checking for her. You get her next to Caitlin Clark. Now she's on Good Morning America. Now she got Arby's deals. Now she's everywhere.
Then I'm not staying either. No one had realized how deep their connection ran. No one understood how tightly these three had fused together since day one of training camp. But today, everyone finally saw it. It hadn't started with anything dramatic. Just the little things. Caitlin cracking jokes during warm-ups. Lexi sneaking snacks onto the team plane. Sophie stepping in to shield Caitlin during a brutal practice. The quiet golf trips. The photos that blew up online. The late-night talks about pressure, attention, and the chaos swirling around them. A trio no one predicted, but one that became impossible to break. They weren't teammates. They weren't colleagues, they were family. So when Caitlin got suspended, it didn't land like discipline. It landed like a strike to the heart. And families don't abandon their own. Inside the Fever's offices, panic erupted. If Caitlin walked, the franchise would crumble financially. If Sophie followed, they'd lose their anchor and their fighter. If Lexi left, the team's chemistry would disintegrate overnight. This trio wasn't just well-liked. They were the identity of the franchise, and losing them was the nightmare scenario. Phones wouldn't stop ringing. Meetings blew up into chaos. Coaches begged for answers that no one had.
Your game and come into this game, and for her to do the same on your side.
Yeah, well, I remember last year when we were here, I was talking to Nelly about her shoes, because obviously, like, in the basketball world, like, you don't, like, you wear the team uniform, like, it's your shoes that are the cool thing. So I was, like, asking her about her shoes, and she was like, oh, yeah, like, these are kind of basic. And then it's been cool to kind of watch over the course of the last year. She got to put in a lot of time to create her own PE, and very unique to her and what she's passionate about in herself. And obviously somebody that's very, very deserving, and it's been at the top of the sport for a long time now. So I've played a few rounds with her even outside of here for some other stuff, and it's really fun to get to watch her do her thing up close. Like, talk about making it look easy. Like, it just is so easy for her, but at the same time, like, she's just a good person. Like, she's chill, she has fun with you out on the course. But yeah, her shoes are pretty cool. I'll make sure they get home safely, and I'm gonna be rocking them.
But the trio had already crossed the line in their minds. A moment burned into memory forever. Sophie quietly loading her bag piece by piece. Lexi gently folding Caitlin's hoodie with trembling care. Caitlin staring down at her own shoes, fighting the tears pressing at the edges. No shouting, no chaos, only the kind of heartbreak that squeezes the air out of a room. Sophie, if they can suspend you, they can suspend all of us. Lexi, we're not letting you walk out alone. Caitlin, you don't have to do this for me. Sophie shook her head slowly. We already made our choice. Lexi offered a broken smile. We leave together. The room went dead still, and then chaos erupted outside those walls. Within minutes, the news exploded. 3 stars gone. Analysts spiraling on live TV. Fans flooding social media in full-blown panic. What is happening? Is this the end of the WNBA? This can't be real. The league had no playbook for this. They called agents non-stop. Rushed half-written statements. Tried every form of desperate damage control. But this story was bigger than them. 3 players walking out in unity? That had never happened. This wasn't a scandal, this was an earthquake, and in its shadow waited a new door, Project B. A mysterious, rising powerhouse league offering multi-million contracts. No salary ceilings. No political drama. No strange punishments for controversial plays. No screaming media. Only basketball. Whispers spread that Project B had made one bold, impossible offer: we want all 3 of you. Together. Sophie's eyebrow lifted. Lexi froze mid-breath. Caitlin's voice cracked. All of us? Yes. All of you. For a trio built on loyalty deeper than the game itself, the temptation was almost blinding. Meanwhile, fans refused to stay calm. They were furious, loud, relentless. Demanding answers. Why suspend Caitlin? Why push Sophie away? Why drain Lexi's spirit? Crowds swarmed outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse, chanting, "Bring them back. Fix this now. We want our 3." Inside, the Fever staff could feel the truth clawing at them. This wasn't just a crisis, this was the emotional collapse of an entire franchise.
Remember, you just lose these players straight up. You don't get anything back for the players. They're gone. We didn't get anything for Temi, did we? No, exactly. Let's take a look at the list that I've concocted. Number 1, you gotta court Caitlin Clark. The General. Last year, she averaged 16.5 points per game over a 13-game period, 8.8 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game, 1.6 steals per game. She is the franchise. She is the captain. She is the leader. She is the soul. She is the sun of this solar system. And everything needs to be built around her, predicated around her. The pieces need to be put in place this year, unlike last year, to get the most out of Caitlin Clark's abilities. That means when free agency hits, you don't sign 36, 37, 35, 34. You don't sign.
In a dim, silent room, the trio sat shoulder to shoulder, fingers locked together, eyes swollen, hearts sinking under the weight of everything. Caitlin. I don't want to walk away, Lexi whispered. But how do we stay when this is how they treat us? Sophie exhaled slowly. Then we move as one. One decision. One voice. The air froze around them as all 3 nodded. They stepped into the tunnel, Sophie to the left, Lexi to the right, Caitlin between them. The moment they emerged, the arena erupted. Fans screaming their names, reporters sprinting toward them, cameras firing like sudden lightning strikes. But the trio never paused. Never turned around. They headed into an uncertain future, together. 3 stars, 1 promise, 1 final walkout, leaving the WNBA swallowed in complete chaos. This entire storyline is fictional, a dramatic what-if imagining how deep chemistry can cut and how powerful real loyalty can become. If you want part 2, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. The Fever Trio returns could get even crazier. And I was standing beside my coach, absolutely speechless. After letting it sink in, I've genuinely appreciated the chance Caitlin and Anukaka gave me at Gainbridge. Even now, I feel like I haven't fully absorbed it. Ask me again in 3 days, maybe then I'll have words. Tom, hey Caitlin, Tom D'Angelo from the Palm Beach Post. You looked like that tee shot on 10 was a moment of relief after, well, after everything.